this club still have the reputation as one of the most feared, one of the most polarising, but arguably one of the most misunderstood clubs in English football.
It's in your blood!
We're going to beat this mob today, slaughter them.
So you're a Millwall supporter?
Certainly, yeah. No one likes us, no one likes us, we don't care, 'cause we are Millwall, Soho Millwall, we are Millwall, from the dead.
Their feared and hooliganistic reputation didn't come from nowhere, but it's only been amplified over the years by the media, by Hollywood, films like Green Street and The Football Factory. Today, in episode 8 of Riders the 92, I'm at Millwall to find out the truth, as this club looks to hit the big time and take on the Premier League elite. This plaque marks the place where Millwall Football Club was born all the way back in 1885. They were founded by workers of the J.T. Morton canning factory here at Millwall Dock. They were providing food, jam as it says on the plaque, for the ships at the dock, hence their original nickname, the Dockers. J.T. Morton was founded in Aberdeen, so naturally when they opened up a factory right here on the Isle of Dogs in 1872, much of that workforce came from up north in Scotland, I think Dundee to be specific. And you can see that Scottish influence in the kit colours. It looks like the Scotland national kit. Just take a look around, guys. In 2026, you've got a Tesco Express, you've got all these expensive apartments. It's changed from that working class identity Millwall Football Club was born into. Now, they moved grounds on the Isle of Dogs 4 times, one of those being an athletics ground, hence their name change from Millwall Rovers to Millwall Athletic. Millwall would play their football on the Isle of Dogs until 1910, when they'd cross the river to South East London, to here, Cold Blow Lane. Let's go and head down the site of where the feared original den once stood. You can see, like most sites of former English football grounds, it's now just housing, a stark contrast to what was once here. Now, they leave the den in 1993, and during Millwall's history, they're not known for trophies. As we mentioned, we've done a bit of stereotyping as well. They're more known for that feared reputation, a reputation that was built whilst playing here at the Den. Now again, although we're going to try and focus on the positives of Millwall Football Club, that reputation didn't come unwarranted, should I say, because reality is the FA actually banned them from playing at the ground 5 times. They hit them hard with heavy fines due to crowd trouble. So their reputation was earned, and what is now John Williams Close would have been the entranceway, I believe, towards the old Den. Now Google Maps has it a little bit further up here, the pitch, so let's go and have a little look round, shall we? Let's go. Now just round this corner, this is where Google Maps has the pinpoint right here. Now, are we going to see any tribute to the former ground? Because again, a lot of old grounds have a plaque or something. We've been to the plaque, of course, where they were founded. Let's see if there's anything here to reference the Den. We are here, but are we where the pitch once stood? Let us know in the comments section below.
Millwall fans are known for a little too much devotion to their team. So on occasions like this, when feelings run high, the most enthusiastic supporters are kept behind bars, just in case they get a little bit out of hand.
Guys, visualise fans on their way to the old ground. A no-nonsense walk. Again, we've referenced the films. I know films make things up, but that famous fight through the tunnel, obviously that was filmed elsewhere, but you can imagine during Millwall's heyday, maybe, just maybe, I don't want to stereotype again, a little bit of tasty action happened down here, but you can imagine all kinds of people making this walk down Coldblow Lane, under the bridge, families, not just hooligans. I really love visiting the sites of former football stadiums. Again, if you are new around here, we've done videos at Ayresome Park in Middlesbrough. Coincidentally, when Borough played Millwall about a month ago, we've been to the Dell last week, the former home of Southampton. So I've just spoken to a resident just doing his bins behind me, and unfortunately he said the reason he can't find the plaque is that it was stolen. And apparently it was near the main road, near Coldblow Lane, even though it was, no, I think it was in this estate. Anyway, John Williams, this road's named after, according to the resident, was a player who died during the First World War. It might have been the Second World War. He's a former player who died at war, so rightfully gets the road named after him. And you can actually see the glue, the no more nails. I don't want to stir up trouble, but was it a West Ham fan, guys? Or was it just naughty people? Unfortunately, again referencing former football grounds, that was the same story at Highfield Road in Coventry. They had a plaque. I think it got replaced when we returned, but who's nicking these bloody plaques? Maybe it's a fan, maybe it's a Millwall fan themselves. They've hung it up in their living room.
That's the beauty of supporting a team like Millwall.
They need results to go their way. They need Ipswich to drop points, but Millwall have the possibility today of becoming Premier League for the very first time. That second spot in the Championship is up for grabs. All they need to do is win, and all they need to hope for is that Ipswich do not win. And they're going to be promoted. Obviously, worst case scenario, if they win, or even if they lose today, they're going to be in the playoffs and they still have a chance of Premier League football next year. They've been in the First Division before the Premier League rebrand, but they've never been in England's top flight since the rebrand to the Premier League in 1992. It is impossible to tell Millwall's story without referencing everything we've just mentioned, but I am here today at the Den to focus on everything good about Millwall Football Club. We're going to be celebrating things like we mentioned when we came once before to do a stadium tour. They do a lot for the community, don't they? They're a very family orientated club, and there's a lot more to the club beyond the stereotype. So with that in mind, guys, we're going to fully immerse ourselves into what it's like to be a fan of Millwall. I'm off to get me pie and mash, jellied eels. Let's see what we've got in terms of local delicacy. I've got my hat. When I watched the Borough v Millwall game a few weeks ago, every Millwall fan wore one of these hats, so I'm going to do the same. We are going to be experiencing one of the most intense stands in English football. We're going to be in the Coldblow Lane end, obviously named after the road the former ground was built on. So we're going to offer our support. We're not here as day trippers, as tourists. We're here to immerse ourselves in that Millwall roar. So let's get this cap on. I'm meeting somebody who contacted me from Brazil, actually, who's weirdly at the game as well. So let's go and see what he's got to say. I think he's experiencing Millwall for the first time as well. So let's get the cap on. Welcome back to Riders the 92. Let's tick off episode 8. It's going to be a good one. Let's go.
It's the best team in London, no, the best team of both.
Right then, guys, a tasty breakfast. No pie and mash, no jellied eels though. But yeah, fair play to the Millwall Cafe. I'm on my way now down this road to what I've researched as being one of the Millwall pubs. We always try and sample a local pub every time we tick off a club on Riders the 92. So we're heading to the Blue Anchor. I'm probably not going to be able to vlog like I am now. Don't want to take the piss and disrespect anyone. So let's get in the bloody Blue Anchor. Let's go.
Put all your condiments
Oh,
on.
you got them all on there.
Look, this is chili vinegar.
That's chili vinegar. Yeah.
Okay. There is normal. There's salt and white pepper.
Right then guys, we're doing this in style. We've got our pie and mash. Right by the pie and mash stall there is another pub called the Old Bank. Lots of Millwall flags outside there as well. So that looks like a quality boozer. But let's head towards the den. Let's try a bit of this food. And let's get to the game, shall we? So here we go then guys. We have our pie and mash. Now the lady did ask what liquor should I say I wanted. Did I want the traditional slightly fishy liqueur or more of a basic modern spin on it? I said give me the traditional, baby. We can't get the jellied eels, but if we can have some fishiness through the pie and mash, that looks absolutely fantastic. Now she also said, would you like some chili vinegar? And I've heard that the slightly spicy vinegar is also the go-to thing to put on your pie and mash. So here we go then, first taste. I don't even know what pie it is. What's the filling? I'm not just saying it like a lot of YouTubers do, they pretend it's really nice. That is fantastic. I am partial to a bit of fish. And that chili vinegar really, really sets it off. Am I getting you on my video? Oh, really? So, ladies and gents, we've been joined all the way from Brazil.
Yeah.
Mate, introduce yourself. What's your name?
My name is Gio. I'm from Curitiba, south part of Brazil.
But
I
now,
live in USA though.
But now you're a die-hard Lion.
Yes, sir.
So whilst I've been buying pie and mash, you've been in the club shop, and you've bought other things as well. What have you bought in here? Was that
The lion.
the Lion? Mate.
The lion. What else? Team badge and flag.
And this is why clubs love us tourists, because we spend loads of money in the club shop.
Yeah.
Pin badge, is it? Yeah.
I like it.
No one likes us, but you do, and I do.
I do.
We like them. Yeah. I need to take my money. Let's get back to that club shop,
Sure.
and I'm going to spend some money. Let's go. So as we head down that iconic road, under that iconic bridge, let's head to the shop. But I'll be honest, I'm going to give it away. We went to the shop, and unfortunately, there was a massive queue. Literally, such a long queue for a pin badge that was priced at £5. So I put the pin badge on one side, and I said after the game I'll return to the shop and pick the pin badge back up. Unfortunately, when I returned, all the pin badges had sold out, but I'll get onto that later in the video. So let's get inside the bloody den. Let's go.
Hey, Robert.
Give me a meal. Score prediction, mate.
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah. And Ipswich loses.
And Ipswich lose.
Sunday, 3 p.m.
So of course guys, it's 1-0 at half time. Doesn't really change anything because Ipswich are currently beating QPR 2-0. It's 2-2 between Wrexham and Middlesbrough. So again, doesn't really change anything too much. You can feel the slightly gloomy atmosphere. It wasn't quite as electric as it was when kickoff commenced. I think the fans here are just hoping for a miracle and QPR can actually do something.
So good, man.
here. So please, come off the pitch. The first meeting will be the end of season 2013. So all of you get over. Please keep off the pitch. Thank you.
So then guys, every time we come to a ground we need to tick off the 3 P's, a pin badge. No pin badges in stock, a pie. Well, we had some pie and mash, but not officially from the ground. So two of the P's we didn't tick off. We had a lovely pint and 2 goals, but it wasn't enough because Millwall will play this Friday in the playoffs away at Hull. Will we be there? Who knows? So mate, your first ever English football experience. It wasn't as good as it could be, but it was still good fun. And you've got lots more games coming up.
Yes, sir. Man, I'm so glad of this opportunity for sure. I was dreaming for a long time to come to UK. Finally, I got in here, and the game was exactly how I expected. And with Rice too, such a good
Good to meet you, mate.
Such a good friend. And
I'm a bit grumpy because I lost all my cards and I've been using cash all day. But thanks to this man right here, we managed to get a shirt and I've paid him a bit of cash. Right then guys, as I mentioned earlier, in each episode of Riders the 92, I must rate each club out of 20 based on 4 categories, each of those categories being marked out of 5, the first one being food and drink. Now we've just mentioned it on the way out of the ground. I was just not prepared to queue, I'll be honest, the queues were massive, and when I did queue for that pint, I just had the pie and mash and just had the English breakfast, so I was absolutely full to the brim, so I thought it was fine. We'll taste test the pie inside the ground later on. It just never was meant to be, was it? It was closed, the food place was closed after the final whistle, so unfortunately we can't rate the exact food at the ground, but let's just rate the pie and mash, let's rate everything else around the ground, but also that Spitfire drink, the options, and all the things we normally look at on Riders the 92. So I'm going to give food and drink, even though we didn't get to taste test the pie. I believe they're not pucker pies, I believe they're fairly unique, so that's in their favour. There were 4 options of pies. In terms of drink, £6 for, you know, a beer in London isn't too bad at all. So not amazing, the concourse area very tight, so I'm going to give them a safe 3 out of 5 for food and drink. Now in terms of fan atmosphere, this is a weird one because I really thought they were going to challenge Portsmouth. Portsmouth are currently at the top of the table, on the Riders the 92 table, and unfortunately, again, we're tourists, make no mistake about it. Every time I go to a ground, I try and fully immerse myself in the atmosphere, but we all know that when tourists rock up, the atmosphere suffers. And quite surprisingly, being the Cold Blow Lane end, there are a lot of tourists in that stand around us. You had family of number 4 for Millwall, the player, the centre-back in front of us. Again, family, I'm not knocking them at all. I think they were French, a lot quieter, you know, they were there to support their family member, that's understandable. But behind us, I think we had Italian, we had some Spanish, I heard loads of American accents and Australian accents. And I know it's that time of year, a lot of people come and visit London, it's nice outside. Oh, let's go and watch a football game, where's on? Premier League tickets are difficult, let's go and watch a championship game, so I get it. But I do feel like, unfortunately, that killed the atmosphere a little bit. So for match day atmosphere, or should I say for fan atmosphere, I've got to give a 3 out of 5. Millwall fans let me know that far corner near the Oxford fans, near the away end, that was lively. They were stood up the whole time giving it the mill. Maybe we should have experienced match day over there. But again, as a vlogger, I don't want to interfere too much with those hardcore ends, because that is one thing I do prefer in Germany. We don't go in the ultra sections. I very much believe that hardcore support should be left alone. 3 out of 5 for fan atmosphere. In terms of overall matchday experience, we rate this on everything that doesn't come under these categories. The fact that we couldn't get a pin badge, we had an opportunity, as we said earlier. Again, because of the queue, I wasn't prepared to queue for like 20 minutes just for a £5 pin badge. One of the most expensive pin badges, normally they're £3.50 to £4 in the other club shops we've been to. So a little bit expensive, but we don't just rate matchday experience on pin badges. Again, the queues for the concourse, for the food were quite long. but there are also options as well. Everything else around was really good though. You've got the nice bus outside the ground. I think that's tribute to Millwall's FA Cup runners-up. Of course, they lost to Manchester United in 2004. Maybe I'm playing it safe again. I'm going to say 3 out of 5 for matchday experience, which leaves our final rating of stadium aesthetic, the way the Den looks. Now, you know this is my kind of style of ground. I like the separate stands rather than the bowls. It's not one of those really old school ones. We've mentioned again they left the original Den, but I like the fact it's only a walk up the road. Its location's really good, connecting to train lines not too far away, lots of pubs, so the location pretty good. I'd love to give it a 3.5, but I think I've been a little bit harsh on fan atmosphere, which could have been a 3.5, so I'm going to be generous and say a 4 out of 5 for stadium aesthetic for the Den. So what are we left with? 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 4 is 13. That's the league table on screen right now. How do they do? 13, one below Portsmouth, who are on 14, leading the way. And hey guys, as we said, maybe we'll be there Friday. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do for the playoffs and stuff. Obviously I want to get to as many as possible, but I also got to keep the missus sweet. I've got to work. I've got a full-time job, this isn't my job, so let us know what playoff games you want us to see and whether you want us to travel up to Hull for that Hull versus Millwall game on Friday. Do you completely disagree with my ratings? Get involved in the comments below, and it was an absolute pleasure. Thanks for watching. It really was nice to kind of experience what it's like as a Millwall fan, and hopefully next time we return, we'll check out some jelly deals. Thanks for watching, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for the next one.